They want to raise your taxes by $4 trillion. And that's going to be almost everybody's tax. They're saying for the rich? No, not for the rich. They're going to be raising everybody's taxes almost. Joe Biden is running on the most extreme far-left platform of any nominee in American history. And if our foreign adversaries were devising a plan to destroy the United States from within, all they have to look is at the Biden-Harris. How about her? Is she a beauty? What a beauty that is. They pick a woman who starts off sort of strong. She's one of the favorites. Within a period of a few months, she goes down, down, 15, 12, 11, 9, 8, 5, 3, 2. Then she goes, I'm going to leave because I've decided that I want to leave. I want to leave. She left because she wouldn't have gotten any votes. She was terrible. And this would be your president, possibly? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, I want to see the first woman president also, but I don't want to see a woman president get into that position the way she do it, and she's not competent. She's not competent. They're all saying, we want Ivanka. I don't blame you. They want to eliminate America's borders in the middle of a pandemic, suspend all deportations, restore catch and release, and expand horrible, dangerous, disgusting sanctuary cities. They want to give illegal aliens government health care and taxpayer-funded lawyers. That's what we need is more lawyers. Let's get some more lawyers into the act. They want to end national security travel bans from jihadist nations, very dangerous, and increase refugee admissions by 700%. This is in the Bernie Sanders, Crazy Bernie. You know Crazy Bernie. And a lot of his people are going to vote for me just like they did last time. You know why? Because of trade. Because I agree with Bernie Sanders, but my trade policies are much tougher than his, and I'm able to do it. All you have to do is, how was China doing last year with my trade policy? Not too well, and we had the best year we've ever had. So we're going to get a lot of Bernie Sanders voters because they like my attitude on trade. They really like it, because I've been telling people for years our country is being ripped off by China and many other countries, including, I hate to say it, our allies. Our allies have been ripping us big. And you heard me say last night, NATO. I got $130 billion from them. First time going up to $400 billion a year from NATO countries by saying, you got to do it. You got to do it. And General Secretary Stoltenberg said it can't be done. He could not believe it. He's actually my biggest fan, and nobody ever calls him for a quote. Call him sometime. They want to abolish cash bail and cut funding for law enforcement. They want to end. We want to increase law enforcement, not cut law enforcement. And by the way, Pat Lynch, a great guy, New York, really great, New York's finest, right? They've been, their rights have been taken away from them, literally. They're not allowed to do their job, but Pat Lynch, he said, the first time in history that they know of, New York's finest have endorsed a candidate. The candidate is Donald Trump. First time they've done it. And all over the country, the sheriffs of Florida, all of Texas, all over the country, Ohio, law enforcement's endorsing Trump. I cannot imagine them getting any law enforcement endorsements. If they do, please let me know and we'll have a little discussion. We'll ask, why did that happen? They want to end school choice and ban charter schools. They want to abolish American energy, including all of the things I said before, and add to that coal and add to that shale. A vote for Republicans is a vote for safe communities, great jobs, a bright future, the American dream for all Americans. And there is no limit to what we can achieve with 4 more years. So in conclusion, I have to say this. Over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world. That's happening already. And we will end our reliance on China once and for all. We'll do it here, like we used to do in the good old days before we owed trillions of dollars. We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, surge federal prosecutors into high-crime communities and neighborhoods, and ban sanctuary cities. We will kill our terrorist enemies as we've been doing while keeping America out of the endless foreign wars. I go to Dover and I greet these incredible families of soldiers that have been so sadly killed, so sadly killed. It's such a shame. I go to the hospital. I go to Walter Reed Medical Center. It's incredible. The doctors are so talented. I see what they can do. But soldiers so badly hurt. And they're really acting as police. They're acting as police. Now, we're very low in Afghanistan now in terms of numbers of troops. We're getting out. We'll be getting out soon. We're very low in Iraq. We're very low in Syria, except we kept the oil. We left some behind for the oil, if you don't mind. We kept the oil. We should have kept the oil in Iraq, like I've been saying. We'll appoint prosecutors, judges, and justices who believe in enforcing the law, not their own political agenda, which is what we have in many cases right now. And the next president will be, in my opinion, responsible for 2, 3, 4, and maybe even 5 U.S. Supreme Court justices. You better vote for me. You better vote for me or you're going to have the greatest depression you've ever seen. We will uphold religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms. Second Amendment. We will end surprise medical billing. Require, it's already done, I signed it, nobody can believe I did it. Price transparency, you know what that is? Do you know how big that is? Where you're able to actually negotiate with hospitals, see their prices, compare it. You know who likes it? Good hospitals and good doctors. Other people don't like it. It's the biggest thing and nobody even talks about it, but I've already put it into effect. The bad news is it goes into effect on January 1st. You better make sure you elect me so I get credit for it. Otherwise, could you imagine if Sleepy Joe got in and medical prices and drug prices and everything are dropping? And he said, I wonder what happened. What happened? And I did it all. I'll be so angry at New Hampshire, I'll never speak to you again. Now, all these things, what we're doing with drugs, you know, we instituted a favored nations clause. We instituted favored nations. That's going to drop your prices 50, 60, 70%. And I'm the only president. 51 years, last year, drug prices went down a little, not much. They went down first time in 51 years. Favored nations could drop it 50, 60, or 70%. And on top of that, I instituted rebates, where the rebates go toward price reductions and back to the customer, instead of to a middleman. So, we will protect Medicare. care, and we will protect Social Security, and we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to plant its beautiful American flag. Do we love our American flag? On Mars. Above all, we will teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and be inspired by the words of the New Hampshire state motto. Have you ever heard of these words? Live free or die! Live free or die! Very well. Vote for those people. And you do. You have a great governor. Vote for your people. Vote for your governor. You have a great governor. From Portsmouth to Dixville, from Concord to Keene. I know a friend from Keene. Great guy. I had a friend from Keene a long time. Keene, New Hampshire. And Merrimack to Manchester. We will fight for every job, every family, and every neighborhood. And we will fight for every vote. We have to win. We have no choice. Can I be honest with you? Okay, look. We're working hard. We're all working. I don't have to do this. I could get off that beautiful plane. It used to be black and white with a red stripe. That was mine. But that's Air Force One, you know? I get off that beautiful plane. I could come up and say, ladies and gentlemen of New Hampshire, you have no choice. You have to vote for me. Because if you don't, you'll be put in radical lefties. You'll have a depression. Your stocks will be worthless. Your 401ks will be gone. There'll be crime all over your streets. So I'm not going to work at all. I'm leaving now, but you have to vote for me because you have no choice, right? I could say. Right? Right? We stand on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, blazed the trails, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness, laid down the railroads, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and made America the greatest nation in the history of the world, and we are making it greater. We will be greater than ever before. We will. Incredible citizens like you, the people of New Hampshire, help build this country. And together we are taking back our country. We are not going to let the radical left, socialists or communists take our country. We're not going to let it. We're returning power to you, the American people. With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one nation under God. And we don't take the beautiful word God out of our Pledge of Allegiance, do we? We don't do that. They did it twice. They did it twice. Then they say, well, we didn't mean that. Oh, I see. I was listening once. They said, that's right. You know, you don't know what it is. What happened? What happened? They did it on purpose. They did it twice. That's where they're coming from. You can be fools, and you can be fooled, but that's where they're coming from. So don't be surprised, but they're not going to get there. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let our country be destroyed by a bunch of nut jobs. America will soon be thriving like never before, and together with the people of New Hampshire that have meant so much to me, and I brought down opioid and I brought down drug problems for you by 19%, and nobody even talks about it. 19. I talk about New Hampshire a lot because you had one of the proportionally worst problems of any country, of any state in this incredible country. You had one of the worst problems of any of the states, and I talk about you a lot. It was incredible, and you still have, but we brought it down 19%, and people are absolutely shocked. And if it weren't for the China plague, the number would be 25 or 30%. That really hurt us because people sort of went back to some old ways because they don't want to be shut down any longer, Joe. Don't you understand that? They don't want to be shut down. So I worked very hard on that for this state and for other states. But this was a state that was so severely impacted with the drug problem. And that wall is stopping them, and it's stopping them like never before. It's stopping them like never before. I want to thank New Hampshire for all you've done for me. I want to thank New Hampshire. You were my first victory, as I said, but you are going to lead a nation to the most important victory and the most important election that we've ever had. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again.